Hello and welcome to the Business Lounge. My name's Graham Bonus and today I'm joined by Councillor Minns, who's the leader of the Hull City Council. So tell me, Cal, what is the best thing about being a councillor, if there is any?
There is, even this year there is. You can make a difference. You can speak to people. You speak to people. Part of my job is speaking to people a lot. You find problems in the city, and sometimes you can bring people together and really make a big difference to people's lives. And sometimes the real small things. So a project I helped set up 7 or 8 years ago in Central Library, I overheard a conversation where someone who couldn't read and write went into the project and got directed onto a literacy course, and now they can read and write, all because of just something we pulled together and did. And it's that ability to do things, it makes the job all worthwhile.
If I wanted to be the leader of the council, what do I need to do that? You
need to get elected to the council first, and you need to try and show you're the best man for the job. The best man for the job don't always get it, but you need to show you can deliver.
I would imagine there's a lot of door knocking and pacing up to the elections as well, isn't there?
A lot of talking. There's a lot of talking all year. I think you can tell from the throat today. A lot of explaining, a lot of arguing, a lot of debating. But at the heart of it, you need an idea. What do you want the city to look like? And then you just need to passionately go out there and fight for it and explain it. And I think people respect that, even if they disagree with you.
So you're leader of the council. Do you need any special qualifications to do that job then, Carl, or can anybody do it?
Councillors can be from all walks of life. On the council, we've got everyone from academics to retired people to business people to people who work in the public sector. It's that's the joy of democracy. You put your ideas forward and you're tested like anyone else.
What's been your best, I suppose, most proudest day in your council life?
I was pulled out of an office last month by Mark Jones, who works for the council, and he said, "We've got the Siemens contract, but you've got to keep it a secret for 48 hours." It was the best and the worst, because I couldn't keep a smile off my face for 2 days. But I don't think people appreciate how much that will change the city in the next 10 years. And it was a year's worth of hard work went into that, and all credit to ABP as well. Matt Jukes did a fantastic job.
I've had a bit of experience from that, Carl, as well, and I think that a lot of people are underestimating the amount of difference that's going to make to the city, and it's going to be a fantastic and exciting time for us. Great point. And what's the worst day of your life then, being at the council?
The floods.
Yeah.
That was... it was the aftermath, speaking to people, going around people's homes and properties and talking to them and seeing what they were left with after that massive devastation. It was, people talk about the austerity cuts now, but compared to what we had to do then, this is a piece of cake, because we're talking about real people's lives there. 30,000 people affected. Awful few weeks. It
don't matter which political party you're with, you're in a no-win situation, aren't you, really? That's got to be the worst, isn't it?
You can't please everyone, and it is the hardest part of the job, saying no. I think it was Margaret Thatcher said, the only politician without any enemies is one that never made a decision. And it is hard looking someone in the eye who really has a good cause or has a good idea and saying, sorry, we just can't help, we don't have the money or we don't have the time, and that's really difficult.
And especially now with the austerity cuts, that'll be really difficult for you, I would imagine.
Yeah, so as we speak today, I'm 1 week away of moving a budget that will cut effectively £50 million of public services out of the city, so it's difficult. It's not easy, and certainly the last month or so, talking to residents, parents, children, families, businesses, it's been a tough old few weeks.
Why are you the leader of Hull City Council? Why here?
I came here to university. I left twice. I went to Norfolk for 6 months, came back. Went to work in London for 18 months. Didn't like London. Came back here. I think what I like about Hull is it's a city, and it's got all the facilities a city has, but it's small enough to feel like a big village. I think that's what everyone says.
Yeah.
Everyone knows each other. You can walk most places, and it's just a really friendly, good city. And I think sometimes we don't appreciate what we have here. I think we see all the negative and the knocking copy. We don't appreciate our fantastic parks and gardens, the KC Stadium, the professional football clubs, and the rugby clubs. And there's so much good about this city. We don't really shout about and celebrate. We need to change that.
And the bad things.
almost joining along. I think what really frustrates me is the amount of people in the city who knock the city.
Yeah.
I think that's our biggest challenge. You know, we've got our, you shouldn't really call them enemies, but you know, there's people who love to stand up across the country and mock us and knock us, and they've never been here. And I think we as a city need to be a bit more proud and stand up for ourselves and say, actually, we're not gonna talk the city down. We're going to talk the city up. We're going to talk about the good things that happened here, and will happen here.
Yeah.
And that frustrates when I see people in the city, who live in the city, knocking the city.
And I suppose they stay in the city, so it can't be that bad, can it?
They do, but it is depressing. You know, and you know, we get a lot of tourists to the city. I don't think people appreciate how many people come to visit the city who love it. I get emails and letters a lot from people who visit the city, you know, complimenting it. You know, so you know, it's not like the reputation, and it fills me with fear that these people who just delight on knocking the city, and you see it in the Hull Daily Mail all the time on the comments page.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think, you know, if a tourist or a visitor, you know, someone gets off the ferry and speaks to one of those people, you know, what image will they have of the city?
Yeah, yeah, quite. So, what are the council doing for local businesses then? Because this is a business channel. So, what are the whole council doing for businesses? Do you think?
I think a couple of new initiatives. We set up recently an account manager for business. So every sizable business now will have a named account manager at the council. So if they have any problems at all, they will know who in the council they can call, and they can get help from. Now, if a business doesn't know who their account manager is, please contact me, Neil, and I'll certainly put them onto them. But we wrote to businesses before Christmas.
Is there a website that they can find that out on? Or?
Not their personal account manager, but certainly some of the details will be on hullcc.gov.uk. As I said, if they've got any more questions about that, they can't find what they need, they can call me, or they can call the dedicated business call centre, 300 301.
Right.
Which has trained advisors just to deal with businesses in the city.
Questions would they be asking though for that?
Well, we set this up, both the account manager and the call centre, 300 301, because we were getting, so there was myself and some of my senior council colleagues, we were getting everything from questions about double yellow lines, hindering businesses, right through to where can they access things like the Acorn Fund and business investment. So we were getting such a wide range of queries coming in, and businesses, especially if they had multiple issues, didn't know where to go in the council. And you're there to run your business. You're not there to spend half a day trying to navigate around the council. So we thought, how can we simplify this? Well, we'll have an account manager, we'll have a dedicated phone number for business, and it takes all the hassle away, and you can get the help and advice, hopefully, 9 times out of 10, at the first port of call.
I like that idea. So that's Hull 300 301.
Yeah.
Brilliant. You just said there, Carl, that the councils are doing work for local businesses. Is there anything that you think local businesses could be doing for the councils to make things better and easier?
I think businesses do so much for the city. I don't think we appreciate, everyone appreciates how hard people work. If you look at Kevin Walsh and KC and how he's really thrown himself and his company into the Children's University, for example. And what I'd say to business, if they want to get more involved in the city, the key difference they can make is education. We still, we've made massive strides in our schools over the past few years, but it's still not good enough, and we still need to carry on improving. And we need good governors. We need good mentors. We need people to get in there and help those children. And so often, bright kids still go by the wayside just for want of that lack of help. So, there's any businesses out there who are watching this, want to get involved, education is the key. We solve education, so many of the problems go by the wayside.
The other question that I get asked by loads of people that they want to ask you here, Carl, is that the fruit market, do you think anything will ever happen to it in our lifetime or not?
I think it will, but it won't be the plan that everyone saw 2 or 3 years back now. I think what we're seeing down there is something very unique and special. We've had a number of arts organisations, Museum of Club Culture, a scratch theatre company, a bar, a couple of galleries. They've effectively filled in the space that was left by the fruit market. Now, there's not going to be that massive regeneration money available for that. It's not. And if we get money, it needs to be spent elsewhere in the city. So why don't we just, with a little bit, tiny little bit of money, and the council set a little bit of money aside, encourage those arts groups, encourage more groups like that into the fruit market. And what you've got there is sort of a combination of cultural and artistic businesses that will make Hull very special, very unique. You know, Leeds won't have that, Manchester won't have that, Birmingham won't have that, but we will on our doorstep. And we need to encourage that, and not the council's job really is to get out of the way. You know, it's developed organically. We don't want to stifle that. We just need to be there to make sure that if there's a little bit of money needed to tidy the place up or to sort the buildings out, we're there. And that's my almost new vision for the fruit market. It's been funny you ask. I've been thinking about the last few weeks, and that's all where my thinking's going on that. And I think it's really special there.
Within Hull, it's a very common question that I'm asked all the time through businesses. But well, that's great, Cal. Well, thanks for popping in and thanks for spending that bit of time with us. Any message that you'd like to give, a quick little soundbite to the businesses out there that you'd like to tell them a message from Carl Means, leader of the council?
Yep, don't hide away. If you have issues with the council, my leadership, if you have problems that you think the council can help with, don't be afraid of getting in touch with me direct, my colleagues. I said 300 301, the dedicated business line.
Brilliant. Thanks for popping in, Cal, and hope you enjoyed it.